Welcome back. While road conditions and traffic volumes are big concerns over the Easter weekend, motorists have been advised to use caution on the N3 around Heidelberg where it's raining. So let's get an update now on traffic on the N3 from Thania Dhoogra. Thania, thank you so much for your time this early morning. We do understand that there's been a crash involving a truck that happened earlier this morning. Can you just give us some information regarding that?
Good morning, Kate, and good morning to all your viewers. Yes, a single vehicle crash incident occurred on the N3 toll route earlier this morning. Fortunately, there were no injuries sustained. The recovery of that truck that was involved is underway and hopefully will be completed fairly soon. And traffic is moving past the scene in both directions.
Yeah, I mean, regarding just some of the traffic volumes that you've seen over the past day or so, I mean, well, we can say since Thursday, how has the N3 toll concession actually been handling those traffic volumes, and have you picked up any concerns?
Well, the traffic volumes on the route have been relatively lower than what we forecast originally, and obviously that's understandable with the provincial disaster. But what we have seen is that while it's been busy, road users in general have been obeying the rules of the road, and we haven't had any incidents on the route in the past 2 days. This was the first one that was reported. So in general, it's been flowing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously understandable given what's been happening in the province. What about compliance when it comes to certain vehicles? I know that, especially when it comes to even the minibus taxis, some of them have been stopped, and in other times, search for whether or not they're complying. Do they have the right documentation? The licenses, the license disc, are they actually, aligned as well? What have you been finding in terms of just the vehicles as well as their roadworthiness, to say the least?
Well, law enforcement, that falls under the ambit of law enforcement, but they have been out in full force on the N3, and they've been conducting a number of compliance checks along the route. Obviously, all of us are primarily interested in ensuring the safety of our road users and making sure that they all get to their destination safely, and that's one of the biggest things. And I just don't have the numbers in order for me to tell you about those.
Just in terms of peak times, Thania, maybe you can just expound in terms of when are you experiencing those moments of heavy traffic around the N3 and some of those peak times, that just so that any motorist that is heading towards that direction can be aware?
Well, we're not expecting any peaks today and tomorrow, obviously, as most people would typically already be at the destinations. That doesn't mean that road users shouldn't be careful on the route, obviously. But our next peak that we're forecasting is return traffic on Monday. And there we're expecting that traffic volumes will be particularly busy between 9 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So just an appeal, though, to road users, obviously, with everything that's going on and with traffic patterns changing, is to make sure that they're prepared, that they follow reliable news sources, make sure that they're informed about what's happening on the roads before they head out, and obviously to ensure, as always, that they adjust their driving style to the prevailing conditions. One of the places that they can look for that information, especially about the N3 toll route, is by following N3 Route on Twitter or by calling our N3 helpline. It's a 24-hour helpline, and that number is 0800 634357.
And just obviously speaking about downpours that are still expected, what can motorists and what should motorists actually keep in mind as they make use of that N3 route to go to their destinations? Because we understand that we're going to be experiencing some more rains probably later on today.
Yes, the South African Weather Services has forecast that today we're expecting some more rains, heavy rains, particularly in the KwaZulu-Natal area, which will definitely put the roads under more pressure. We've already reporting rain on the southern section of our road, and it's overcast conditions, along the rest of the route. But one of the areas of particular concern is Van Rhenen's Pass, where it's misty. So, as always, just a reminder to road users, please slow down. Make sure that you're maintaining a safe following distance and keep your headlights on. And if there's any emergencies, like I said, law enforcement, emergency services, N3's route patrol, we're out on the route making sure that road users are safe, and we're just a phone call away.
Thania, I like that. The fact that you're just a phone call away. We'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Thania Dhoogra is Operational Manager for the N3 toll concession.